Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Penny Bloom podcast. Tis I, Colton Robertson, and I'm joined by none other than the magnificent Tavarus Pennington. What's up, homie?
Was good.
You know, it is the 81st episode of the Penny Bloom podcast.
81.
81 of them, and we've gone on a pretty good streak here. This will be 35 straight weeks with an episode.
Oh shit.
That's a lot of weeks in a row.
That is a lot of weeks in a row.
That's at least one episode per.
Yeah, no, that's pretty impressive, not gonna lie.
Yeah, so leave a rate and review if you enjoy. Just help out the boys. Share with a friend.
Of course.
We got a lot of good shit to talk about today. Talking about DC's catalog on HBO Max, because that shit's deep. And we go in and we talk about it for a little bit, and then we're gonna talk about some music. We got Kota the Friend, Benny the Butcher, Lana del Rey. Got some more too, just if you got any other honorable mentions. But it's gonna be a good one.
Yes, indeed.
What you been watching?
Man, I've been watching Attack on Titan for sure. That shit is, it's about to actually, the next episode is the end of the first half of the season.
Got you.
People are calling it, they're miscalling it the end of the season, which I don't know, man. It's just like, I think it's misleading in a lot of ways, but it's just the end of the first half of the season, as I understand, because they still got a ways to go in the story. And that's what's crazy about it. But I know the second half, when the second half comes out, whenever that is, that'll be fucking fucking insane.
I'm ready to catch up in between that gap there for sure.
Yeah, and it won't take you long. It's only, actually it's about 75 episodes, I think.
Goddamn. Might take me a second, but if I get real into it, it won't take long.
Oh yeah, no. I am confident you will be grasped, and it makes it feel a lot shorter. And honestly, I watched it. Well, this was actually the first anime that I ever watched. But after watching Naruto, I'm just like, fucking 70 episodes. That is shit. I watched damn near 400, bitch.
Exactly.
Anyways, yeah, that's what I've been watching for the most part. I'm about to get into these DC shows on the DC Hub, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, I've been me and Emily been going back through some Marvel movies, since WandaVision came out and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're keeping up with those, so I'm kind of going back and showing her the classics, And I personally, Guardians of the Galaxy is like top tier sci-fi, like not just like superhero movies, like genuinely as a sci-fi fan, if you watch those, they're going to be like breathtaking to you.
Yeah.
And the stories are very, very not, they're very heavy sometimes. It can be a lot, with Yondu's death and stuff. And, obviously leading into Infinity War when Gamora dies at the hand of Thanos and stuff. And sorry for the spoilers, but it's the Marvel Universe of the most popular movies on Earth. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah. If you haven't, you're late. Sorry.
You're late. That's all. But yeah, so we literally watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 earlier today, and it's just too good. I love it so much.
Oh yeah, no, it's fire. No, the Guardians of the Galaxy was always probably the funniest entries into the Marvel canon,
and that's what's interesting too, is they are the funniest, and you don't expect them to be as important as they are. But like Infinity War, like as I was watching Volume 2 today, I was thinking like, is almost a spirit sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it feels like the third part of that trilogy, because the story is so heavily based around Thanos and Gamora, and then, Peter Quill ends up being the one who ruins everything because Thanos killed Gamora.
Right.
So like it feels very, very much so like they were two of the most important entries into the saga as well, which I didn't realize at first when they came out,
Is one of the Infinity Stones purple?
Yes, one of them is purple. It's the Power Stone.
I got that bitch.
You got that bitch?
I'm holding it. I'm holding it in my hand right now.
Like Peter Quill at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1?
Hey, call me by my full name.
Oh, shit, man. You ready for a good episode?
Yeah, no, I'm ready.
All right, let's roll the tape.
Welcome to the Penny Bloom Podcast. Ain't another place that has got more bombast. Romp past your mom, dads, listening to Tomcats, talking everything that make you sad. We don't want that. We're here to make you smile. Put your mind at ease. Peace, love, and bloom, and always praise Keanu Reeves. This what we about. This some weeding now. We'll talk until we can't no more, and then we peacing out. All right, let's go. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast.
Static Shock on here.
They got Static Shock. They got the old ass Wonder Woman series from like.
Oh my god, yo! I am watching this immediate. Like this was like my shit when I was a kid. Like not just like some shit I would casually watch. Like my shit. Like Static Shock was that motherfucker.
That was your guy.
Yeah, there was 4 whole seasons. Oh yeah, they got the fucking the Batman Beyond crossover episode this year. This was 4 whole seasons. Holy shit.
Yo, they got so much shit. Like they've also got Young Justice. They added that on here, which is a relatively newer one.
Fuck. Yo, oh my god.
I mean, straight up Justice League, not just Justice League Unlimited, which came out when we were when I was 1. This shit came out.
Difference.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to watch these.
Holy shit, there's so much fucking DC stuff on here now.
I love looking at all the old animated series stuff because I had all these action figures when I was little.
Oh yeah.
Like Hawk Girl, not Hot Girl.
You say Hot Girl?
Hawk Girl. Green Lantern, Flash. It was epic.
Holy shit.
I loved that shit, man. Only 2 seasons. That's crazy.
I can't believe they really released the gray version of. I gotta find a good ass TV to watch it on this time though, because last time I watched it on like a really like small TV.
Yo, how about you come through and we watch it on the projector downstairs?
Shit, that could be a move. You got a projector. Right. Wait, is that the projector that you have outside?
No. It's the one that we had in the sub basement. We put one in the sub basement. We got one for Christmas.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot you. I don't think you've seen that yet.
No, I don't think so.
Hell yeah, I'll have to. We'll have to watch that at some point.
Now I'm black and white as he always envisioned. Wait, so that's so crazy. He actually wanted the whole movie to be gray. Like that's crazy.
He wanted it to be black and white.
As far as I just got Justice is gray. Like that's a huge DC theme. Like.
Oh yeah, like a huge Batman theme, especially.
Especially, yeah. Holy shit. Bat Kid Begins? Fuck.
Yeah, they got a lot of shit on here, man.
Have you seen that?
I've not.
A heartwarming story of a young cancer survivor who captured the world's attention when the Make-A-Wish Foundation granted his request to be his favorite superhero for a day.
Oh, that's based on the true story. Yeah.
It's like a documentary.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. I haven't watched the actual documentary, but.
The only thing I still want very sorely is the Batman animated series from like the 60s. It's whenever the fuck that shit came out. Wait.
Batman the Animated Series from the 90s.
On here?
That's on here.
Fuck. Damn.
That's the classic right there. That's the OG.
I remember me and my brother we watched every single episode of this fucking of this show, through Netflix mail-in CDs, like, you know, when you just come in the order, like every week, like we would see how quickly we could watch all the episodes on the disc so that we could send it back and get a new one. Like that was like the first like binge like show that I ever really binged, I feel like.
Damn. I love that shit when I was younger.
Damn, they got hella shit. Okay. I'm gonna be on HBO Max.
Yes, sir. Maybe we keep on the same pace with the Batman the Animated Series and come back to it on the pod every once in a while.
Okay, I bet that. Yeah.
Be kind of fun. Just because I love that shit.
And I'm always looking for like, I'm not really looking to get too invested in anything that I'm watching.
Exactly, and a cartoon's nice and easy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's nice, bite-sized dose of entertainment that I can do quickly and efficiently.
Do you remember Batman Mask of the Phantasm?
Oh, fuck. Yeah. No, I had that shit on VHS.
I had that. Me too, bro. That shit is legendary. That's like one of the best animated movies ever.
Oh, yeah, and I hardly remember it. Like, it's not like I have a very distinct memory of it, but it just, I remember, like, watching that shit over and over and being, like...
enthralled in it.
Enthralled. Yeah, like, this is what Batman is.
I had Batman Mystery of the Batwoman on DVD and VHS.
And, like, this is ultimately why I feel like Snyder's work is so appreciated, is he really, like... He doesn't play on like these. He plays on these sorts of concepts that really start to come out in these shows about like the character of Batman, and it's almost as if he like was really paying attention to that. He wanted to try to create a standalone Justice League franchise, like movie franchise.
100%.
Yeah, he's trying to continue these characters on screen.
God damn. You seen Titans? Let's talk about Titans.
Okay, shit, yeah. So I watched all of season 1 pretty quickly, and then I watched maybe an episode or 2 of season 2, and I was just like, I mean, okay, it seems like the Titans are coming more to fruition here, but the storyline is not very interesting to me at the beginning. So
the front of season 2, it does start slow, but it catches some steam for sure. Especially when Deathstroke really gets introduced into the fold, and Connor Kent.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing some photos of him.
Yeah, and then there's the storyline later in the season that's like a kind of an in theory, like what if Batman went bad? Like what if Batman killed? Would it push him to the edge?
Oh yeah, and they played around with that concept a lot the first season.
Was that when the hallucination thing was?
Yeah. Oh shit. That was season 1. That was like the Titans' first like major thing together, if I remember it right, because they had those people hunting after them, and then they got caught, and then they were taken to that facility, and they all had to get out, and Robin was having the hallucinations, but there was something else that happened at the end. And then they went back to that at the end with what was the name of the final season 1 threat? I forgot that motherfucker's name. Started with the T, right?
Shit, man.
Thanos.
Thanos pop up. Nah, man, I don't remember. I watched this shit like 3 or 4 months ago.
Was it Triton?
It was. Shit, I don't know. Does Ravager sound familiar?
No, I think yeah, it was Triton. Trigon.
Shit, I need to give this series a rewatch. I hardly remember like the details of it. I just remember appreciating it a lot.
It all built into how Raven was like supposed to be the vessel for resurrection. That's
right. It's her dad.
Yeah, it's her dad, Trigon. But he captures all of the Titans except for Beast Boy and Raven, basically. And I remember watching that, and I was like, that whole final arc. Like, I'm not gonna lie, mid season 1 kind of was losing me, just because like the episodes are seeming to get like kind of lost in these useless plots.
Mm-hmm. Well, like in early season 1, they introduced Doom Patrol in like the 4th episode, which got their whole own spinoff.
That was cool.
It was a cool episode, but it has nothing to do with the show besides introducing Beast Boy into the fold.
They just wanted to kind of start up a new, or like tease a new show.
I have watched Doom Patrol though, at least the first season, and it kind of lost me in season 2 as well. But season 1 of Doom Patrol was actually really, really solid. I liked it a lot.
Okay. Yeah, no, but yeah, I remember watching that in Raven, like when it was just like Raven and Beast Boy versus Trigon, and Beast Boy immediately gets his ass kicked, and I was like,
oh yeah,
what the fuck is gonna happen here? Like Raven is she's good, but she doesn't really know what the fuck she's doing yet. She's either got to have a massive power up like right fucking now, or somebody is coming who I didn't expect, and she basically had a massive power up right fucking there. And I was just like, there you go, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I like this show's version of Robin a lot.
Oh yeah, no, I do too.
Probably my favorite version of Robin in any property, really, just because like the Boy Wonder is a fun concept, but like I don't usually think the 12-year-old character resonates with many people. It's just kind of
Yeah, right. Dick Grayson older is much more compelling, which is also a tidbit about the Justice League. The Robin, I don't know, we might have talked about this, but the Robin that they allude to in at the end of the Zack Snyder's Justice League, that Joker alludes to Robin having, or Batman having lost, isn't actually Jason Todd. It was supposed to be Dick Grayson, who like ends up dying, and is the Robin who ends up dying in that universe, which I thought was interesting.
Man, I like all the different storylines with the potential Robins and stuff, like the way they've got the current, like I think Jason Todd becomes Red Hood in some stories, and
have you played Arkham Knight?
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
I like that. It's crazy how you can communicate some of the most essential DC storylines like very just like in subtle ways, like games and shit. Like that's how, like, honestly, the Arkham games do a very good job at explaining a lot of like base history about Batman.
Oh, 100%. Like it touched on everything. You got a history with Joker, a history with Scarecrow, Poison Ivy even gets her own shit. I love like spoilers for that game, but it's been out forever. Poison Ivy's death is phenomenal in that. It resonates extremely deeply. And it's like, I've never felt that way, like, during a video game.
Like, reading of her character I'd ever seen.
I love Poison Ivy. That's one of my favorite super or comic book characters, period. Just because, like, I love how she was always branded as a villain because she killed wealthy CEOs who were ruining the planet. But, like, now that's not so much a villainy thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, the killing part, anti-hero. Let's say that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no,
I've talked about that on the podcast, how the Harley Quinn animated series really kind of changes her image quite a bit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
haven't seen that. But honestly, we just gotta go through this DC hub on HBO Max. This is because I remember looking at it before, but like it wasn't this robust before. It had
like it recently got an update that just like boomed it, like it.
Yeah, and like it makes me wonder how long they're gonna have all this stuff on there, because probably not that. DC has its own streaming service. Like, why wouldn't they?
Well, I think that's kind of. Like, I think it's getting folded under the HBO Max umbrella. Like, I think once DC stuff comes here, it's here to stay.
Oh, shit.
Like, from now on.
I fuck with that. It gives DC a little higher echelon taste. Marvel's on fucking Netflix and DC's on HBO. I mean, you're associated with the much more refined sort of name in the television game there with HBO versus Netflix. You know, I'll respect the Netflix, I guess, but it ain't no HBO.
100%. I'm looking at this catalog right now, and we got a movie from 2018 called Batman Ninja. It's a PG-13 animated movie, and I think I definitely want to watch it. Batman and a cast of villains, including the Joker, are transported back in time to medieval Japan in this groundbreaking anime feature. It's anime.
Huh. Interesting.
I'd have to give that a look.
Yeah.
speaking of anime, have you heard of the Star Wars Vision series coming out? Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be like 10 short stories, all anime creators from Japan.
Huh. I didn't realize Star Wars was a thing in Japan.
I don't know. I think it's kind of trying to bridge a gap, you know, like introduce a whole new thing through anime.
Yeah, no, that sounds kind of dope. I would watch that. I feel like Star Wars is kind of a story made for anime. Like if
Well,
you could start from
it's
square one of Star Wars and tell it through and like a protagonist and a shonen arc, like I think you would there would be a very interesting development or unfolding of the story that way.
I feel you for sure. But yeah, I'd like to see some more anime creations across, you know, like Marvel and DC and stuff. That'd be fun.
Yeah, yeah, me too, for sure. Um, yeah, I gotta watch that Shock too. I gotta watch that
Oh
immediately.
yeah, exactly. Well, and that's one that you don't have to watch all at once. You know, you can kind of space those episodes out. Like anytime you want, you're like, you know what, I kind of feel like some Static Shock right now. You just throw that on, watch it for a little bit.
Yeah, no, that'll be perfect. That just fits my schedule much better. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. What are oh yeah, we were talking about Titans, weren't we?
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
where that started.
yeah. So I mean, Titan season one was it was good in the sense that it wrapped up well, I think, and it tied together everything well because there is a
And it
solid
kept
point.
me, like it kept me the whole time.
Yeah, but like I feel like midway through this season, it's easy to not understand why things are happening or why you're being shown certain things.
Yeah, it's very comic booky. You know, it's the reason I like it is because like it's the Arrowverse shows, but with an extra like kick with the violence and the profanity and the storylines.
I was surprised by the violence. It seemed like the violence was kind of extreme to me.
Yeah, it was very excessive. It's definitely a dark take on the on what superheroes will do. You know.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Um, it seems like they kind of wanted to. I don't know why they felt they had to tell it like through a mature lens, but they're just kind of like all the other Titans that fucking failed. We have to do something radical to get it to work.
Yeah, I don't know, but nevertheless, it has turned out some pretty good characters. I like Dick Grayson in it. Um, I like Coriander. Think she's awesome. I like I like Jason Todd, even though he can be a little bit of a prick, trying to make his character fun.
Oh my god, yeah! When he killed those fucking police officers, that shit was astounding to me. I was like, holy shit!
Yeah, he was just like he just said, "Fuck it." This kid's kind of a loose cannon, I'd say.
Oh yeah, no, when he did that too, I was like, I didn't realize it was this extreme. Holy shit, this motherfucker is crazy.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of part of the Red Hood thing is that he's
I
unhinged
knew that, and I felt like the casting wasn't really like
on point.
yeah, like it didn't. He didn't really seem like a
Who would
guy
be
who
doing that?
yeah.
I feel that for sure.
You know, I'm looking at the original Justice League, um, like it's listing on HBO, and it's already like it looks like they're trying to like resurrect the comic book heroes as the culture imagines them, and Zack Snyder's resurrecting them as the writers and characters imagine them.
Oh yeah, I dig that.
It's like if you just look at the photo, it looks almost like
A comic book cover.
yeah, comic book cover, but like a vintage Justice League photo. Very simple. They're all just standing in a line. It's
Yeah,
got
it's classic.
yellowish light on it. But then you go to Zack Snyder's, and you got like fucking this menacing sort of version of that with gray.
Yeah, the dark take on it. Yeah, I mean, like we said on the last podcast, Zack Snyder's Justice League was probably the best thing the DCEU has put out ever.
Ever. And I mean, did the DCEU even put it out? Like, it seems like they didn't want to, but
Yeah, it seems begrudging.
huh?
Yeah, it seems begrudging. Like they're not going to do anything with Snyder moving forward. They're not elaborating on any of the storylines. Batman versus Deathstroke got nixed. Like that's not happening. There's so much shit that like they're just like, fuck it. This is a completely one-off, not canon story. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, which does kind of suck. That does kind of suck. I don't know why they would do that. They're kind of dumb.
It's just because it's not theirs, you know? It's not the story they created, so.
Yeah.
Pretty shitty, though. Because, I mean, the Snyderverse, say what you will about Zack Snyder, he can certainly be quite dumb of ass. But he had some good ideas here in terms of where the story could go.
Oh yeah. No, he definitely had some visionary potential here.
And there is one storyline that has been reported that I don't think I like one bit, just because it doesn't make a lot of sense. But that Superman's son was supposed to become the new Batman.
Superman's son?
Yeah, like he was going to have, and this is his words, he was going to have a 5-part trilogy.
5-part trilogy.
A 5-part trilogy. So Zack Snyder, not the smartest, not the sharpest knife.
No, maybe he meant multiple parts in one movie.
I don't think he did. I think he meant 5 movies. But
in the form of a trilogy, which wouldn't be a trilogy, which would be a series that still equates to.
But at some point in that trilogy, the next Batman was going to be Superman's son, which is
makes no fucking sense.
It's a bit asinine to me.
Yeah, that's stupid as hell. I don't understand what the fuck he was thinking with that. But this is Zack Snyder's idea.
Yeah, that's what I've read anyway.
Well, often I feel like these creators like have great starting ideas, but then they get down the road and the shit just kind of goes fucking insane.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that's what could have happened should Zack Snyder have gotten to really hash out his vision as he would have liked.
Yeah, I don't know. But in general, I think DC more often than not is headed in the right direction. I think like even with like Wonder Woman 1984, like that movie got kind of panned critically, but I think it accomplished exactly what it aimed to accomplish, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just kind of an average movie. Like it was a Wonder Woman movie, you know.
It was a solid one-off, you know. It was a good standalone movie. It was entertaining. I mean, it wasn't great or anything. It wasn't like a critical masterpiece.
I kind of forgot the plot already. But
well, it's Pedro Pascal's character is like becoming the wish maker thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they always pick weird villains for the independent movies.
Well, they got to do something new, you know. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, that was a very strange idea. And a lot of people would argue it didn't translate well, but because I love my boy Pedro Pascal, I got to say that it did. I mean, and Aquaman, that's a good movie. That's a genuinely good movie. And then you got Joker, which I know isn't part of the actual DCEU, but you know, you got that movie, which was phenomenal. You got Robert Pattinson's The Batman coming out. So that's going to be, I mean, like DC in general is heading in a good direction, I think.
Yeah. Sounds good.
But yeah, you know, the DC catalog on HBO Max, it runs pretty deep, and I definitely look forward to looking through it all.
Yeah, I think DC kind of has its hand on the animation game, if not the live action. If it doesn't have its handle on the live action game, but definitely the animation game.
Yeah, and you know, the live action could be headed somewhere, but the animation, there's tons of good animation here, tons of classic cartoons. Classic movies too. You have the old Superman movies. You got the old Batman movies. It's just, it's good. Looks good.
I can't think of really any. I mean, I can think of a couple, but not like too many profound Marvel animated classics.
I mean, I can't hardly think of shit. You know, I mean, there's an anime Young Avengers, which is pretty solid, but it's not
Pretty recent, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, it's not a Batman the Animated Series classic or anything. Like,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. DC's hub. I guess that this wasn't really an episode about or a segment about Titans. It was more about DC hub.
Yeah, DC in general. Screw it.
Yeah.
So last week we were going to discuss some of the new music that came out, but our Justice League conversation ran on pretty long, and clearly we weren't done given the first segment of this episode. But now we've decided, let's make it back around to that music that came out. We got some pretty good releases, some genuinely great music in my opinion. What was your favorite release from last week?
Was that last week already? Yeah. I don't know. The Kota the Friend is fire. I'm not gonna lie. It's a project I probably like that the most. It's just got something from the cover art to the sound to the performance. Like, just Kota, like
we talked about it. We talked about it in the very first episode. He created the feeling.
Created it, like, and it's all throughout. Like, it's all the feeling. It's all there.
It's called Tequila Sunrise.
Yeah.
Play on Tequila Sunrise. I don't know if you caught that.
Huh.
Nice little.
Is that a drink? I know.
Yeah, it's a drink. Nice little play on words there. But yeah, Wolves coming with that introduction was different.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. And it's just like, it's almost like I feel like Kota's always dabbled in like a sort of poppy sound, but we can't like underscore or like we can't, I guess forget about the role Static Selecta plays.
No, I was going to talk about this for sure, bro. Like, as much as Kota the Friend and Benny the Butcher are MVPs of last weekend, you got to give just as much props to Static Selecta and Harry Fraud. Like,
Harry Fraud especially too, though.
Oh, Harry Fraud especially, though. Like, I love Benny the Butcher, but you got to have production to carry on a project with a flow like that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that flow, killer, but it can be a lot on a whole album,
Yeah.
So coming with production that never lacks intensity is fucking.
Oh, no. Yeah. I think they both did a really good job with that. What were your favorite songs?
Off of Tequila Sunrise?
Yeah.
Like I said, I loved Wolves, but I also liked The Love. The Love was one of my favorites. I thought that was a really good one. Also, Sunrise and Sunset, those last two fucking it was just a really good, complete album,
I'm noticing that we're starting to just in general get, like, artists are really, like, Kanye might have really did something again when he showed people that you can have an album that's 7 songs for 20 minutes, because these albums that we've been getting recently aren't much more. They're about usually 10 songs, 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, Tequila Sunrise, 10 songs, 34 minutes. The Plugs I Met Too, Benny the Butcher and Harry Fraud was 9 songs, 28 minutes. So, like,
which is just a lot different than what we have come to expect, which is like these 14, 18 track albums with.
And we did get a few of those.
Huh?
We did actually get a few of those. We got a Minute to Midnight by Mayday. I don't know if you're familiar.
Oh, no, I've never heard of that person.
But 17 songs, 56 minutes. I listened to a couple of songs off this, and Mayday's pretty solid. They've done a few collabs with some good artists, so I've been I've only been familiar with them through that. But pretty solid.
Okay.
And then yeah, my favorite release was probably The Plugs I Met Too.
Yeah, no, that shit was Yeah, he's kind of just like I didn't realize I needed this album until I got. Also, Benny the Butcher already has preference. The dude's whole persona is modeled after The Sopranos. How
Yes.
fucking perfect is that? I realized his record label is called
The Black Soprano Family.
Black Soprano Family. I was like, yo, that is fucking perfect. Like, bro, Benny the Butcher and like, especially from the outro of the first song on what was his last album? Burden of Proof.
Yeah, Burden of Proof.
He does the reenactment of Tony talking to Chrissy. I thought in the first song, this one is named When Tony Met Sosa, and I'm like, man,
I feel like that is that a reference to Scarface?
I think so. But I think
I haven't
it's
seen that movie in so long.
I haven't. I don't think I've ever actually seen the movie in full.
Ooh, that might be one we also have to give a look-see on the projector. You know,
yeah.
We'll have a nice 7.5 hour movie marathon where it's only 2 movies.
I'm down. I'm so down. This is making me want to watch it. I kind of, I do want to.
Shit's and the whole album was good. And that plug talk with 2 Chainz.
Yeah, no, that was fire. I fucked with the intro. I fucked with when Tony Met Sosa. I thought that was like really good. Like Harry Fraud really sets the scene because like I don't even notice until like halfway through the album that like the beats that Benny the Butcher's are rapping on aren't matching the intensity of his voice. And I was like, yo, that's crazy that like this is a smooth sort of like production base and Benny the Butcher's still doing what he does. And it's 100%. Still
La música de Harry Fraud.
And Harry Fraud does a bunch of work with Currency as far as I understand it, or at least he has a project with Currency, and this is what that made me think of the most.
Here, let me look up Harry Fraud. I'm gonna see if he's got any other credits or how many other credits he's got.
I'm not gonna lie though, No Instructions probably gotta be my favorite song released last week. Period. Though No Instructions.
Oh, No Instructions.
That was a different level too.
That shit was hard. Bro. I liked Talking Back a lot, although Fat Joe does refer to the coronavirus as the Wuhan virus.
Yeah.
It's a bad look. But like the statement he put out is like, I recorded this verse and sent it like a year ago, back when the news was still calling it the Wuhan virus and stuff. That's what he was trying to justify it with. But it's like,
we gotta know. Yeah, we gotta do a little bit more critical thinking than that. But
but I wasn't looking at the track list the first time I listened to it because I was at work and I was on the road. But when Fat Joe came in, I thought it was Ghostface Killah.
Oh yeah,
like.
Yeah, I can see that.
He sounded a lot, and he mentioned Wu-Tang, and he sounded straight from New York, so I was like, oh my god, is this Ghostface Killah? And it turned out to be Fat Joe, which...
I don't know if they have anything together, but if they, like, Ghostface Killah is still very active, bro. Get with Benny. Just go across.
Oh, dude, Ghostface and Benny the Butcher would be... Can you imagine, like, a...
collab?
Griselda, Method Man...
Griselda Wu-Tang.
Griselda Wu-Tang.
Oh my god. Hey, Griselda Wu-Tang Pro Era. Oh my god. I don't know what that fusion sounds like, but I know I will listen. I know I will.
100%.
And I know I will enjoy it.
Zero doubt at all. I mean, God, that would just be a perfect collection of talent there.
Yeah, no, that would be fucking perfect. French Montana and Jim Jones. I hear those names and I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, they've been around. They're more they're just a little before my time. You know, like they're just like nothing against them.
French kind of came out right when we were.
They both surprised me. Like I was like, I don't.
French came with it. No, like I am predisposed to despise whatever French Montana puts out. I don't know why. I don't like French Montana very much.
I've always been like, where the fuck did this dude come from? Like, who is French Montana? Why does he act like he's an OG? Who the fuck are you?
Why is he here?
Honestly. And, he I'm surprised Benny the Butcher put him on an album, and I'm surprised they did so well.
He's one of the Coke boys, like that. He's got the real,
Oh yeah,
soprano family type shit going on.
yeah, no, definitely. No, but and then Survivor's Remorse. Well, I don't know who Rick Hyde is, but Survivor's Remorse was fire too. That 3-song run right there, and it's just like I'm realizing these albums are leaning much more towards these just like short song runs that get you to honestly listen to the whole album over again. Because I don't mind listening to the songs, but I'll listen to them to get to the 3 that I really want to listen to.
There's a Jim Jones and Harry Fraud album out this year.
Shit.
The Fraud Department.
That sounds interesting.
You got a Conway the Machine feature, a Currency feature, a French Montana feature, a Dave East feature.
Huh. Interesting.
That might be one I have to check out too. 11 songs, 31 minutes.
Back into Dave East. I used to listen to Dave East, but I kind of stopped listening to him.
Well, Dave East, he's good at rapping. Like, there's no doubt. That man's got fucking bars. Like, he can rap his ass off.
Uh-huh.
But it's like, I think he's a better feature artist than anything. Like,
yeah, I tend to agree.
He's got some good albums and stuff, but like, I'm never gonna run through a Dave East album front to back. I gotta, if I'm gonna pick some songs. I don't know.
Yeah, and he does just kind of get a little intense at times.
Yeah, and he is one of those guys that'll put 17 tracks on an album.
Oh, yeah. And have no hesitation about that shit.
100%. But moving away from rap a little bit, Lana Del Rey also dropped an album. And I remember we talked about Norman fucking Rockwell back in 2019 when that dropped, which is fucking crazy now.
Yeah, that was crazy. It seems like it was pretty recent. I was like, Lana Del Rey's coming out again, dropping again.
Like
bro, if Kendrick and J. Cole could start doing shit like Lana Del Rey does, then they'll really be good. Nothing.
Exactly. But it was I was a little scared when I turned on this album because White Dress, straight off the top, not a great song to me.
The first song?
Yeah, the very first song. She's doing like this weird high-pitched breathy thing that I'm not really into. Doesn't sound bad or anything. Like I can't like shit on it because I'm sure a lot of people like it, but I personally am not a fan. She moves away from that, but thankfully.
Okay.
So White Dress kind of lost me, but there's some good songs like 2 and 3.
Fucking Lana Del Rey song track title.
Chemtrails Over the Country Club, pretty good songs. Pretty good song. And then Tulsa Jesus Freak, like that's Lana Del Rey straight up.
Yeah, I haven't actually had the chance to listen to this one. I feel like I really got it. I get these bursts of Lana Del Rey moods. I'm not in the mood all the time, but it'll come.
Nah, see, Lana Del Rey is very sad.
Oh yeah, very.
It's just sad, and like I listened to the album just while I was at work because I was just listening to all the new music, So that's kind of the frame of mind I got into to listen to this was like, let's just listen to the new music, not just let's get sad as fuck.
Not just the ones you wanted to listen to.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
You also got Justice by Justin Bieber.
Yeah. How was that? Also, I'm not necessarily a Justin Bieber guy. Probably won't end up listening to that one. But.
Front to back, it's pretty solid overall, music wise, but I'm a little skeptical. Given the name of the album is Justice, it seems to have nothing to do with justice one bit, and he samples Martin Luther King twice.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah, nothing to do with justice, you say.
No, doesn't seem like it. Not on first listen.
Surprised. Or color me unsurprised.
I mean, just it seems so random when I was listening to it. Like there's a song. The track 4 is like 1 minute and 40 seconds, and it's a Martin Luther King snippet, just of Martin Luther King talking, and it's like. how relevant is this to what you're trying to do here?
Yeah, like Justin Bieber, the pop star.
That is already stands very, very deep in like cultural appropriation discussions.
Oh yeah, no, he's kind of the poster child for that. He's kind of lived his life on the teetering the edge of cultural appropriation.
Yeah, he's an interesting cat, and it's just kind of it's just an interesting choice to me to have.
Very, very interesting. I've never really quite understood Justin Bieber. Maybe that's why I'm not compelled to him. I was honestly very into Justin Bieber when he first came out, like first. But then I was just kind of like, wait, who the fuck is this guy?
I remember when Justin Bieber first came out because I was in like 5th grade, and every girl in my class had like a picture of him on their desk.
Oh my god!
I was like, yo, and I was like, why Justin Bieber getting all the attention? Where my attention at? You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, I still fucked with Justin Bieber. I mean, like, I remember I loved One Less Lonely Girl when I was in 5th grade.
That shit was my shit. He was making them hits when he was.
There's gonna be one less lonely girl. That shit slapped.
Like he understood what it was like, you know. But somewhere along the
tell you one time, you remember that shit? God damn.
Oh yeah, no.
He's got some nostalgic bops. I ain't gonna lie.
No, he's definitely got some shit up his sleeve. It's just, you know, I think he used to be able to relate, and then he reached a certain point of success, and he could no longer relate.
Yeah.
And that's when, you know, it just kind of stopped being interesting.
Yeah, I feel you there. He's got a song with Daniel Caesar on here.
I heard a snippet of that, and it honestly wasn't bad.
No, it's and like I said, the music on this album overall solid. Like I'll probably go back and listen to a few of the songs on here, but it's just weird is all.
Yeah.
I also I discovered another artist this weekend. Nothing new put out by them. Sadly, they died in 2011. But a Japanese producer by the name of Nujabes.
Nujabes?
Nujabes.
Nujabes?
Yeah.
2 E's?
No, just 1 E.
Huh. Oh, maybe I don't know that person.
But they have like these. He's a producer and he's got a bunch of features on his album. And like he's got 3 albums that I listened to. First one was Metaphorical Music from 2003, Model Soul from 2005, and Spiritual State from 2011. And this shit is like lo-fi out the ass. Like it's just so vibey. Like you will 100% love this shit.
Okay. Fuck, I might have to. I've been looking for some new lo-fi bobs.
I definitely recommend Model Soul than MODAL Soul.
MODAL, Model Soul?
Yeah.
Alright, bet.
Pretty dope. Got a song on there called Reflection Eternal that is just gas.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Reflection Eternal.
Yeah, no, that sounds like that shit.
Sounds like that shit right there. But yeah, overall, last week, favorite release was The Plugs I Met Too. That Kota the Friend, not far behind though. I love to see how far he's come. You know, he had a top 5 release on Spotify this past week.
Who did?
Kota.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, he had the 5th most streams.
Damn, okay. He's getting up there then.
It's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he was always he's been one of those kind of undercover dudes for a while.
Yeah, for a while. Like I feel like I've been familiar with Kota the Friend for like 5 years at least.
Yeah, no, I definitely know. I've heard you. I feel like you were listening to him in high school, honestly.
I was. I remember when he dropped Anything. He dropped that back in 2018, and that was like I think that might have been his debut album. But I remember that shit, and I was just like, yeah, this is fucking great. why are more people not talking about this guy? Because he's also got that kind of lo-fi type feel, you know. He's got that very calm, never raising his voice vibe, you know.
Yeah.
He's soothing.
Yeah, he's really easy music to listen to, which is why it's easy to just kind of turn on as a
100%.
whatever.
I remember when he dropped Photo back in 2019. That was a good album too. He's got a good catalog.
He definitely has. I haven't really gone through his catalog as much as I would have liked, but I definitely fuck with. I just put Claire onto what's the last album he came out with? Oh no, actually, everything. I listened to everything a lot over the summer when that came out. That was very summery.
He's also got Lyrics to Go Volume 2.
I didn't even know that came out really until I noticed the Kill a Sunrise drop.
Well, it's 10 songs, 15 minutes. So these songs are like snippets, basically.
Damn! Oh shit! I didn't even notice that. Lyrics to Go. He's just like quick. Claire just texted me. Did you know the Black Eyed Peas came out with an album last year?
I did. I actually did. Because I have one of their songs off that album on a playlist.
Oh shit!
It was called Translation. There's a lot of Spanish music on that album. I had what song was it that I put on that playlist? Celebrate. I put Celebrate on a playlist. But yeah, I listened to that whole album about a year ago at some point, and it was solid. You know, I saw something on Twitter that was like, "Yo, the Black Eyed Peas coming to save 2020." Turns out they didn't, but
they're here to save 2020 for sure. I guess, yeah. You know, Cuomo couldn't, or not Cuomo. What the fuck did I say Cuomo?
Cuomo.
What's the fucking dude's name? Goddamn, Surgeon General. No, not the Surgeon General.
No, fucking,
you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Fauci. Yeah, Fauci couldn't save 2020, so the Black Eyed Peas had to come save the day.
Cuomo. Fuck Cuomo, dude.
Who the fuck is that guy? I don't even know.
Governor of New York.
He's the governor of New York?
Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, yeah.
He just legalized recreational marijuana in New York today.
Legalized? Like, legalized it?
Yep, recreationally, yeah.
Okay. Fuck that. Or not fuck that, but fuck yeah. But
yeah, you're set if you ever go to New York.
Okay. Yeah. I'll look into
that. But yeah, I mean, fuck Cuomo in conclusion. Any other music? Any other music lately for you?
I mean, I don't think I've been listening to anything else, honestly. It's mostly just been that. Oh, the Weeknd dropped the original mixtapes.
Oh yeah, the House of Balloons. Yes, I did listen to a few of those songs with the Aaliyah samples. You know, I had to at least hear those.
House of Balloons. I thought he was releasing all three. Damn it.
No, just House of Balloons.
Is that the only one that was different? Because I was listening to What You Need. What You Need is different. I only got through 6 songs, there's 9 on the. But I'm glad to have House of Balloons on like streaming services, just because like that one's always hands down probably my favorite Weeknd.
Oh, it's the most classic for sure. You know, like I mean, Trilogy is great. It's got, but that's House of Balloons essentially. It's got High for This, What You Need.
It's got everything. You realize damn near every song in there was a fucking could have been like like it. I don't even know how to explain it. Shit's just like a turning point. Like the Weeknd's music is a turning point in R&B. Like I don't really acknowledge neo soul before the Weeknd.
You got a point, and I remember Starboy's drop. You remember that shit back in 2016?
Oh yeah.
I cannot believe this man wasn't even nominated for Grammys.
Uh-huh.
That's fucking asinine.
Yeah, no, it is. It's kind of wild.
God, Sidewalks featuring Kendrick Lamar.
Oh,
That shit slapped.
uh-huh.
Sidewalks saved my life.
Yeah.
Penny's verse on that one crazy too. And the production was lethal. Say. I come from Myrtle, one blonde late like Gay. Say. We hung on summer sun mattress with baby. Say.
I used to hella fuck with Die For You from the album.
There were some good ass songs on that. 6 Feet Under was good. And of course, Starboy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, I didn't like that album at first, but it took me a while. It took a while for that one to grow on me, which proved to me that it was actually he was probably doing something on there.
Yeah, you know, I was critical at first because it was the pop hit, you know, but like there's a reason it was the pop hit. Like looking back at it, you know, like that shit was a genuinely great song.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
but After Hours was just different.
Oh yeah, that was taking it back. That was taking it back.
I want The Weeknd, Andy Pak, and Bruno Mars. I just want him to feature on one Silk Sonic song.
Oh shit, yeah. When is the Silk Sonic album?
I don't know when that's supposed to come out, but we're definitely talking about that shit week of.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about that. I think that's about it for all the new music though.
Yeah, I think so too.
More than I have been listening to recently. There's been some good releases to justify that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm not usually. I haven't been big on new music in a while. You know, I'm not listening night of or anything.
No.
First time I'd done it in like forever with Kid Cudi's "Man on the Moon 3."
Oh shit! I still don't know if I've listened to that no.
Yeah, I listened to that and Evermore by Taylor Swift in the same night. They dropped the same night.
Oh yeah.
Me and Emily had a nice listening party.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I got to listen to Man on. I usually get to the Kid Cudi music late anyway.
Yeah, you know, I remember Speeding Bullet to Heaven whenever I got around to that, and I was like, oh god, never mind.
No, never mind. Yeah, that one was a project. That was something he did. I remember I saw a Reddit post about a song in there, and it was like, does no one else like to listen to this song at their British like fucking house party or some shit? I can't remember what it was. It was like their party at their flat, some weird shit, and somebody just absolutely roasted this dude. Like, who the fuck listens to this shit? You fucking weird British dude.
God damn.
Yeah, it was pretty lethal.
All right, man. You got anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, this was the Penny Bloom podcast. If you enjoyed, please go leave a rate and review. Follow us on the socials. You know, Penny Bloom Pod on Twitter, at Penny Bloom Podcast on Instagram. I'm starting to update that more often. Every time we have an episode, I put up a little graphic of the topics and stuff, so you'll know as soon as we put out an episode. Share with a friend. You know, help the podcast grow.
Sounds good.
I was Colton Robertson. That was Tavarus Pennington. And, you know, peace, love, and bloom.